It's 5:15. Now, we are basically gathering a wealth of knowledge of Liszt in the studio this evening, as I'm going to be joined by Dr. Leslie Howard, pianist extraordinaire, who's basically recorded all of Liszt's piano music, and by, first, his friend and colleague, the most excellent pianist, Connor Fogel, who's just released a new disc called Rediscovering Liszt, and I'm going to just trot over to come and talk to you first of all. It's lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in, and also with your double life, because you're coming to play Liszt for us now, and then you're going over to the West End, where you're the music director at Phantom, aren't you?
That's correct. Yeah, I'm playing keyboard tonight at Phantom of the Opera. So, yeah, it's nice that the theatre and the classical music do go hand in hand. They sort of both inform each other. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant, and the variety obviously keeps everybody excited and interested, doesn't it, in life? But look, we are concentrating on Liszt today, as you have this marvellous new disc out. And what are you going to play for us first?
I'm going to be playing Réminiscences de Lucia de Lammermoor.
When you're ready, we'd love to hear it. Thank you. just with a flourish at the end there. Oh my goodness, Conor Fogel, thank you so much. Reminiscences from Lucia de Lammermoor, Franz Liszt. Conor's going to be playing live for us again in a short while. We'll be talking more about his new disc, Rediscovering Liszt, and we will be joined as well by Leslie Howard, Liszt expert extraordinaire, to have more of a chat about the fascination that this composer really has for you both. But that was just fab. Thank you so much, Conor Fogel. I'm delighted to say that now I am joined once again by my guest, the pianist Conor Fogel, who played so brilliantly for us at about 5:15. And also we're joined by renowned pianist and Liszt expert Dr. Leslie Howard. Up to 100 CDs now of Liszt's piano music, Leslie. Goodness me.
I'm afraid so.
You know, it's just extraordinary. What an achievement. I mean,
well, he was a very busy boy.
Evidently.
He started, well, his published output starts with a variation on a waltz by Dear Belly that he was asked to write when he was 10. And his last published piece was the orchestration of a song which appeared in 1886 in London, called A Death Summons, which appropriately enough turned out to be the case.
To be exactly that, yes. No, extremely prolific, so flamboyant, such a source of great interest and excellence. And you established the Liszt competition, which, of course, Conor, you won in 2019. And I think that's when your paths first crossed, wasn't it? The two of you Liszt maniacs.
Yes, well, I'd been bothering Leslie for a long time before that. But yeah, we actually met at the 2019 competition, and I've been bothering him ever since.
That's a pleasure.
What is the appeal? What was the appeal for you first, Leslie? What got you so involved with the work of Liszt?
It was a mixture of the piano music and hearing the Faust Symphony for the first time when I was about 13, and I just thought, this is a composer that needs to be taken seriously. He could certainly write a party piece when he wanted to, but he wrote serious music. He was a serious human being. He was very serious about his religion. He did his best with his career as a public performer, and did try and elevate that sort of thing to a different level from the one he'd started out at, because he was really asked to be a circus performer to begin with. But then he went on and invented the piano recital and cleaned up the content of these sort of programs, because it was just like Friday night's music night, It was no one was very particularly serious or lengthy about anything. And then all of a sudden he really wanted to introduce proper tunes, He actually did play Beethoven sonatas and piano versions of the Beethoven symphonies that he'd arranged himself. And this, remember, to plenty of people who would never have had any chance to hear the orchestral originals of those.
Yes.
And he played Schubert songs on the pianoforte because, except in Germany, people were either not really singing them or singing them in such dreadful translations that you just have to fall about the place laughing. I mean, if our good listeners possibly know of Schubert's marvellous cycle Winterreise. That was published in England under the title Schubert's Winter Rambles.
I quite like that.
Well, it's marvellous, except it bears no resemblance at all to what the music's about.
Very true, very true. But then, of course, Conor, you've obviously been fascinated by his music as well, and I'm sure we're drawn to many of the same elements that Leslie's just been describing. But what then was the journey to making this disc? What have you put on this new disc?
Well, I think a lot of it was a desire to bring a historically informed attitude to Liszt's music, and also romantic music in general. We have so much historically informed Baroque music, historically informed classical, and with romantic music, it's sort of missed the memo slightly with historically informed performance. And I'm so attracted to Liszt, the rock star. Yes, we love Liszt's serious compositions and what he grew into in maturity. But when he was in his heyday, he was like Elvis Presley, and he looked great, and we had ladies swooning at his feet, and the pieces he was playing was, apocalyptically difficult and blew people's mind. And we don't really know what he sounded like, or a lot of the programs are missing, and no one's really tried to recreate these concerts that were so legendary. So that's what this CD is really, my attempt to bring not just the programs back to life, but the style in which he played. And they did things so differently back then. Lots of sort of mannerisms that have been forgotten and quite old-fashioned.
What kind of thing? Give us an example.
Yeah, so they would often separate melody from accompaniment, which would manifest itself in the hands being sort of out of time with each other. Like now, a teacher would say, no, you must play with the hands together. Back then, an expressive device. They would often very freely arpeggiate chords instead of playing all the notes at once. Rhythmic modifications. So often they would swing rhythms like a jazz singer would. They would play things unequally and a bit bumpy. And the rubato as well. We all use rubato. We get a bit faster and a bit slower. But the degree they did it back to would be, I think, considered distasteful today. And we can never know for certain, but we have a huge amount of evidence that paints this sort of style that they used to play in, most of which is not would not be okay to play in the great sphere today. So I'm trying to reignite that style.
That's great. I mean, I'm fascinated now to listen with that in mind, as I'm sure you are too, Leslie. Yeah.
It's very important to try and recover what we can't actually have. We can hear Rachmaninoff play the piano, thank goodness. But we can't hear Liszt play the piano.
Yeah.
We can't hear Beethoven play the piano. I would love to know what their voices sounded like.
Yes, wouldn't it be great?
Wouldn't,
fly on the wall, eh? Yeah.
Well, if Liszt spoke encouragingly to a student and spoke in French, I would really love to hear what that sounded like.
Yes, for sure. Well, Connor has gone back over to the piano. We're going to hear Liszt's La Sérénade, a melody of Schubert now. So when you're ready, Connor. Connor Fogel playing live for us, Liszt's La Sérénade there, one of the Schubert songs, and that was wonderful. Thank you so much. And that's one of the pieces on your new album, isn't it? Rediscovering Liszt. Leslie Howard sitting here enjoying that with me. Full of interesting characterisation, isn't it? And that interpretation, there were some unexpected little moments in
It
there.
is, but it's a very legitimate thing to be doing. It's not how he would encourage possibly a young leader singer to sing that song in a modern manner, but who knows how they were actually sung when they were being sung around Schubert's fireside.
Yeah.
And how many liberties they took.
And whilst obviously you're a very serious pianist, you're playing a very serious piece of music there, but I could tell you were having fun with that as well, Connor.
Oh, absolutely. And they did have fun with it. We have, I think we say who knows what they sound like. We have some inkling in early recordings. And, we have recordings of musicians born in the 1820s, 1830s, from piano to singers as well. And there's a lot of work being done with rediscovering what bel canto singing sounded like. And they did have fun with it, and they were very free with it. And Liszt himself says he played Lucia, the first piece I played, very, very freely and not as notated. So absolutely, they had a lot of fun with it, and it was very sort of free and spontaneous, far more than would be considered tasteful today.
Well, it's fascinating hearing you both talk about it. Wonderful to hear you play like that as well. And you're going to play again for us after the 6 o'clock news. But for now, Connor Fogel, Leslie Howard, thank you very much indeed. My guest, the pianist Connor Fogel, is back here for the third and final time in the studio. We're going to still be talking about Liszt. We're going to hear a bit more too. And I was just reading, Connor, it's been so interesting hearing about your whole approach to rediscovering and re-recording Liszt in a slightly more freer and easy way. But I was also reading about your fascination with the man himself and memorabilia that you have. Go on, tell us a bit more.
So at an auction last year, I purchased quite a few things. I purchased a lock of his hair, his cigar case with 3 cigars still in it, cast of his face, cast of his hand, and the painting of Liszt, which is on the cover of the CD, which was done for the Times when Liszt visited London in 1841. And that's all in my bedroom gathering dust now.
I have to ask, inspiring, I'm sure, macabre just a little bit.
Ever so macabre, but ever so theatrical. And actually, opening it was such a lovely experience. And I put on some Liszt and I really took my time, and it just really humanised him. He wasn't this sort of abstract legend from the past. He was a guy with hair who smoked cigars, and it really humanised him. Yeah, very moving.
Amazing. Well, listen, what are you going to play for us now?
I'm playing Erlkönig.
Just a bit of Erlkönig. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Conor Fogel. My goodness me, Erlkönig by Liszt, another Schubert transcription, if you like, and that is also on the Rediscovering Liszt disc, which has just come out. This is Conor Fogel's new disc, and you can hear him in concert in Coventry and Bristol in September. Go to Conor Fogel's website and you can find out all the details there. It has been fascinating hearing about your relationship and fascination with Liszt, and it was lovely to have Leslie Howard here as well, just adding to the expertise and knowledge and insight. So thank you very much indeed. Come and see us again soon. And listen, you've got to hightail it off to the West End now and go and play in Phantom of the Opera. I mean, amazing. What a life. You're listening to Into